via the Crock Tent, of course. And as well, I'm going to chuck a lure while we're at the tip. Don't know yet. I've heard there's a bit of a sandbar up there, so I don't know what type of lure, but I'm hoping for a stick bait or something like that. Chuck it try to get a trevally or a queenie or something like that. Anyway, let's go to the tip.
Let's go to the tip.
So we made it to the Crock Tent. Yeah, it's on the road to the tip. That's what she looks like, and inside is what would you call it?
A whole bunch of merchandise.
Yeah, just if you like merchandise, you're in heaven because it's everywhere. But damn, you can spend some money quick in there.
Yeah. Shot glasses, stubby coolers, shirts,
singlets, thongs, hats, postcards, necklaces, lighters. I think it was anything and everything with the "you made it to the tip" or the Crock Tent or 2023 or something written on it. But anyway, I got a singlet and a shirt, and
I didn't get anything because I'm not going to wear it.
No.
So.
Anyway, we'll turn this bad boy back on when we're up at the tip. But anyway, that's the Crock Tent. See you soon. As you can see, we'll put some overlay in as well. This drive out to the tip is pretty decent. Like, yeah, I wouldn't, I don't know, we were going to bring our van out to Punston, however, I don't know if we'd want to. Like, we'd make it, but yeah, she's a full rutted out road, lots of holes, lots of shadows, which make it that little bit harder to drive, to dodge holes and whatnot. And what do you know, now we found a whole bunch of cyclists. This is what I call random. This is something that you'd see in Brisbane.
Just move it further over to the right then.
That was weird. Who would have thought you'd see about 100 people wearing Lycra at the tip? I know I didn't.
A bit out of breath.
Yeah. Need to get our fitness back on. Morning guys, so we have had our first breakage. The roof rack. Yeah, so she is over here at the moment. The mounts have sheared. Happened yesterday on a corrugation, as you can see up there. We've got no lights or roof rack now. Sad face. Doesn't look as good. Love those lights. But yeah, so they've all sheared, not all of them, but a couple of them sheared off. It happened yesterday on a heavily corrugated and heavily holed row heading out to the tip. But yeah, but Mike's been really good. Mike from Outback Kitters, they've been amazing, because that's the brand they are. I rang him yesterday. He just asked for a couple of photos to see what was going on. And yeah, he's going to get some new ones sent up. Our closest is Weeper. We just don't know how long the express post is going to take to get there. And after that, we could always try Cairns, but we were planning on spending a lot more time up the tip. So yeah, we wanted to spend another week to 2 weeks north of the Jardine, then maybe head back to Weeper, do some fishing, then hit all the stations on the way back, and then yeah, so this has been a bit of a, like, it's not a bad thing, I suppose. It's not a game stopper. It's nothing like that. It's just don't really want to hide it from the whole social media or YouTube or anything like that. Like, at the end of the day, it happened. I guess nothing can hold up to corrugations. That's what we've learned from this one. Like, we've had bolts come loose in places, we've had these mounts shear, we've had a couple of little things happen. This is probably the most major, but at the end of the day, they've taken, I suppose Mike's taken responsibility, well, not responsibility, but he's taken he's done what any good supplier does, and has said that they'll send us new ones and express post them to us so we can get back on the road. So thank you to Mike for that, and Outback Kitters. And yeah, I guess, yeah, I don't know what else to say about it other than that. Anyway, we'll see what else we get up to today. Yeah.
So we had a really interesting day yesterday, and kind of an interesting night, and then today's been like a bit of a lazy morning kind of thing. But we're heading
lazy for someone.
For me. He's exposing me already. I was tired. I have sore back.
I spent the whole morning ripping the car apart.
Okay. Anyway, so yesterday we went to the Crock Tent, and then we went to the tip, which was lots of fun. And like, I don't know, it's one thing I've noticed with traveling, and it's one thing that I need to personally work on.
Horse.
Is I let, yeah, there's plenty of horses here. Is I let other people around us affect my experience. And what I mean by that is, you know, sometimes you're camped up next to like someone that's really rude, or you camped up next to someone that's really loud. And I don't have an issue with alcohol or anything like that, but when people are drinking and they're being super loud and obnoxious or really arrogant, and they're making like certain comments, I let it sort of get to me. And it was the same thing when we went to the tip yesterday. There was this family, and they were being really loud, and obviously they'd been drinking for quite some time, and it kind of ruined my experience at the tip, because I was so like swept up in their conversation and how they were talking to their kids. And yeah, I find that, you know, each caravan park, or not necessarily caravan park, but like places that we've stayed, it's affected how much I've actually enjoyed that spot that we've been to, because of like the people that we're next to. Whereas like, for example, at Pebbly Beach, we had this young couple, they were probably like around our age, and they had 2 young kids, and they come over and we had like the best conversation with them. They were so lovely, and then both of us were like, oh, we loved Pebbly Beach, you know. And I think it's because we'd like met really nice people there, and like even when we went down to the beach, there were really, really nice people that we were chatting with and spent basically the whole day with. So I think it's one thing that I need to work on, is like not let other people affect my experience, because you know, who knows when we'll come back to the Cape. So anyway, that was one thing that I wanted to talk about.
Yes, and then there was the whole roof rack debacle with the mounts snapping when we were going along the road. So we had to strap it down to the A pillar, B pillar, whichever the center pillar of the car, the handles and everything. We had straps running in the car and back to the Norworld canopy, and just to get back to the caravan park. And then we worked out a plan yesterday, and then we ended up hooking up to power and just saying, you know what, stuff yesterday, and we chilled out last night and watched Netflix.
We did.
And turned the aircon on.
And then this is where it got interesting. So I've been having back pain, and I find that at night time it's worse because I'm not moving around. So I like woke up in the middle of the night, and it would have been like 2 a.m. or something, and I saw lights on the roof, like as if someone outside had torches. And the night before there were guys that were walking back and forth going fishing, so I didn't think too much of it, but I sat up because I was in pain. And then Tyson was like, oh, were there lights on the roof? And I was like, yeah, there were. There's guys outside with torches. But it was weird because they'd like sort of walked in a loop, and then they were walking through like on the road of the caravan park, or like the holiday park, but not, anyway, didn't think too much of it, couldn't see the lights, went back to sleep. And then the next morning, do you want to tell this part?
Yeah, so the next morning, which was this morning, I got up and I went outside and spoke to a couple of the guys, and they had told me that the torches we saw and everything was actually, well, we're not 100%, but what we're told is locals going through our caravan park and everything like that. Anyway, long story short, a couple of huts down, some guy had some things taken, gas cooker, torches, some expensive things were taken, and the cops were there and everything like that. However, the shit thing was, most of us saw them, but we thought it was security, because they pretty much imitated the security and what they do, how they drive through the camp, they check out everything with the torches, and the boys were up still drinking because it was Timmy's birthday yesterday, so they were still up they were actually just having their last drink, they said, and it was about 2 hours prior that they saw a car come through, sorry about the corrugations, saw a car come through with torches, which was the security. So when they saw the second car come through, they thought it was the security again doing another drive-through, because if you've ever been up here, you'll know the security don't have a car that says security or flashing lights or a uniform or anything like that. It's just whoever's working that night shift at the caravan park, and they're one of the locals. So it's kind of hard to tell who's who, which is a bit shit. So the boys felt a bit shit about it, because they could have really stopped it, because they did it pretty much in front of them.
Yeah, but we were warned. We were told to make sure we lock all our things up, because there are people that come through, and mostly we go shopping through the caravan park. But also, we were told that so there's wild horses that come through each night, which is really like afternoon, which is really nice. But they're really pushy, and they try and get food off you, kind of thing. And then we were told that there's locals that ride on horseback and pretend that they're mustering the horses, and that's actually them scoping out the caravan park. So I mean, whether that's true or not, or whether it's just a rumor that goes around, that's what we were told. So we kind of expected it, but then with the whole pretending to be security kind of thing, maybe they're getting a bit clever with their shopping. But
and don't get me wrong, we're not saying don't come up to the Cape and don't stay at the caravan parks.
This can happen anywhere.
Yeah, and it does. It happens anywhere. It used to happen in Brisbane where we lived.
Yeah.
Like, it happens everywhere. So still come up here. What we're saying though is be a bit vigilant.
Yeah. And don't give people the opportunity.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's mainly what they're looking for, is opportunities. They're not necessarily looking at how they can, cut through your bike chain or break into your caravan. They're just looking at things that have been left lying around, and they can just, quickly pick up and walk off with.
Yeah.
So, but yeah.
So that was.
But it hasn't put me off. Like, I don't feel like tonight I'm going to be scared or anything. I'm just
I'd come back here.
Yeah.
I'd come back to the Seashore caravan park. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I feel safe there.
Yeah.
I wouldn't walk at night by myself, but there's not a lot of places that I would walk by myself.
Actually, back on those horses, watch out, because one of the people in the caravan park, he was staying just up from us next to someone else we know. He fed the black horse.
I'll put a photo
It's
of
the
the
only
horse.
black horse that comes into the only one we've seen anyway. He gave it a carrot. Literally, it came up, it took the carrot, turned around, and just kicked him and walked off. And apparently, it is renowned for being pushy and being pushy for food and headbutting people, and then also if you give it food, it then kicks you or headbutts you or does something to you to show dominance. So be very careful with the horses, and definitely with children. That's one thing, because we're traveling with 3 other families.
So
and they've
6
all got
kids.
Kids,
Yeah.
6 kids, and now that Alana's pregnant and we're expecting, I guess it's starting, like back in the day I wouldn't have even thought about it or thought about saying this, but I'm starting to actually realise, really be careful with the children, because all the children want to go near the horses and they want to go up to them, which, hey, kids want to see stuff like that, we totally get it, but yeah, just be very vigilant. Anyway, back off the negative stuff.
It's not negative, it's just,
Yeah,
I guess it's just things that...
Yeah, it's not really, I suppose it's not negative. It's just more of a be careful. It's a when you come up here after watching this heads up. Our friendly heads up to you.
Yeah. But yeah, we're off to Hudson Bay to have pizza, and Tyson will probably have a couple of drinks.
Yeah.
And I'm probably going to go for a swim in the pool.
Yeah, there's 2 pools up here. One at Punston, one at, what's it, Aurora or something. It's just down from Seashore. It's another campground, and they've got a pool as well. But yeah, we're heading down there. Pizzas, swim, drinks. Then Alana will probably drive back. Awesome having a desert driver. With a truck license too.
Yeah, and he's got one for a while too. So. Not that I drank much before anyway. But
No.
anyway, alright, we'll see you there.
Taking those plastics off underneath,
Oh yeah, I know that.
but and then you'll be able to see if it is doesn't look like it's anything split.
Do you reckon it's powder? It's definitely cooler, eh?
Oh yeah.
Because I lost steering and brakes.